Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new documentary, Feeding Tomorrow, and this is from directors Oliver and Simon English, and focuses on looking at how we're going to feed the world in the future. It takes the perspective of there's going to be probably 10 billion human beings on this planet at some point in the future, and how are we going to possibly continue to sustain food growth for humans. And this film, I think, is shot perfectly fine. It's one of those kinds of documentaries where it has like the sheen to it. It looks produced. It looks like they shot. It's trying to make it look like some kind of engrossing infomercial kind of look to it. So from like a technical perspective, I don't think this documentary is really delivering anything particularly interesting or different. But it is very informative. I learned a lot and gained a lot of perspective on the process of like big farm production of food, and there's obviously a lot of health perspective. But what I feel like kind of keeps this documentary from being as impactful as it is that it takes a long time to get exactly to where it needs to be in terms of what it's really focusing on, which is the sustainable production of food for the future. There's a lot of setup in this documentary, and it's bouncing around between a lot of different kinds of ideas and perspectives that are important to lay the foundation, but it does a little too much foundation laying to the point where it doesn't give as much time to like the meat of what this film is trying to look at. It is engrossing and interesting when it gets to that point in terms of like what a futuristic kind of farm is going to look like. How are they going to produce food moving forward? How are we going to try to avoid like Dust Bowl effect or destroying the land and overutilizing the land and kind of depleting its resources? It's one of those kinds of films that I think is going to be more informative and informational than it is going to be truly engaging for an audience. But it's definitely a film that's worth your time to at least take a look and get some perspective on the changing environment that's going to be setting up our food as humans for the future. So definitely worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on Feeding Tomorrow. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.